I'm thinking 2015 right now, and I've seen another one of those stupid articles out there on the internet that said something something they're trying to say something positive about 2015 or whatever. But what a joke. I mean, worst year 2015 was to me. It was just such a miserable year. In my opinion, I think it was the worst year that I had ever seen in my entire life. So I was born in 19 late the later part of the 70s. So I would have been starting to be able to observe and comprehend certain things by the time maybe I was 7, because I was I had my brain damaged. So I was when I was in when I was in kindergarten and first grade in school and stuff. My brain was fried from being having immunization 2 times when I was an infant, when I was 3 months old, and it fucked me up. So I'm sorry if I went to school and I didn't fucking comprehend. I was like, sorry, completely honest mistake. It really was. So it wasn't my fault. Anyways, so I would not have probably been able to think clearly and rationally if I wasn't able to get an education until later, till my my brain healed or something gave to where I was um not I guess it wasn't permanent damage or whatever, so I wasn't completely ruined or screwed, so I couldn't comprehend or read or write or get my high school diploma, which I did when I was in my early 20s. I got an adult high school diploma at the Woolley Center on Harvard in Oregon, Roseburg, Oregon. Um, I really am thankful for all those people. I'm just kind of trying not to be negative, I guess, but those guys give me an ability to think a little bit positive with what they did for me. So um, that was around 2001 when I graduated. So I graduated and I was going to Umpqua Community College in September, September of 2001 that year. So I was a student senator, and my agenda that I became a senator at the campus for was student and teacher relations. I wanted to work on student and teacher relations to make students and teacher relationships more connected and them to have a healthier relationship with each other. It didn't work out. So um, I'm not sure if I would like to want to go back to that or go to any institution or anything like that for any reason. I just I'm not sure about that. So um, let's give it to 1986 or 1987. So that's more like 9 or 10 years old. So about 9 or 10 years old, my mind and my ability to think a little bit or see things and interpret things started to clear up, and I was able to visualize from that point. So Um, I'm just saying from about that time when I kind of had my awakening a little bit moment. From there on out, I, and some of that might be a little bit untrue because when I was in first grade, they tried to prove I was mentally retarded or something. My teacher did. So her and the principal conspired against me to try to have me do a IQ test, and it backfired in their face because the IQ test proved I was a genius. I'm a genie. Who would have thunk it, right? Anyway, so we'll say from that point in time, that's 7, so that's about 86. So about 85 or 86. I can't take credit away from myself if I took a IQ test and scored 130 something, 130 low something. on that, or 130 high. Maybe it's 137. I thought it was maybe 133 or something. I don't know. It was a genius. So I have to give myself enough credit from that point in time, from everything that I've seen year to year, all the way up to this point in time. I'm just telling you, I have not seen a more bullshit year in my entire life. I'm so glad that it's over. I want to put all that crap behind me. There's so much that has to be undone and fixed from the 2015 year. I can't even start to begin on how many things were just like how they do propaganda and fabricate things. They fabricated all of these different Democrat agenda practices instead of doing anything conservative or healthy for the country at all. They did nothing but complete liberal bullshit for the entire 2015 year, and I'm just so disgusted with that, and people in this country for being that is it without conscience, or are they really that stupid? They're gullible. I'm trying to convince myself that if people vote for a Democrat, they're believing a lie. So they're basically gullible. They're not a person that um I guess I can necessarily say they're stupid unless I went and followed them around, and then I could point out all of the stupid shit that these people do in their daily lives every day, but it's nothing new and it's nothing special. But moving forward into 2015, I hope to see a complete different change and completely different makeup of America and our country to get back on track, and us to not have a world agenda focus to go ahead and bankrupt everybody in the country that works and every job and every business so that they can make a global economy or global takeover. So then what does that do? That allows anybody to come into your country internationally, and we'll just throw away our passports to make America part of the New World Order or whatever the Bible describes about it. It's even biblical. So I don't even know how people can even talk that much trash about the Bible and and Jesus Christ and God and everything when Jesus himself, when he was here, he prophesied on so many things that he was just dead on accurate about, you know? So um, I know what the Bible says. I know a lot about it. So um, I would not go in this with idle hands, like the Bible says. With idle hands means that you do nothing. So you just sit here and you're like, I'm waiting for Jesus to come back for me. And then the Bible indicates that Jesus isn't coming until after the tribulation. It's really, they want you to think that there's a rapture that's going to take place, and the rapture doesn't happen. Jesus comes back, and the rapture is probably more the people that are dead, the deceased people that go first in the air, and meet him in heaven with us second. So that's the rapture, and it's called the blessed hope of the church. And there's no such thing. There's no such thing as a pre-tribulation or in the middle of the tribulation rapture. So I'm not. All I'm trying to say with that is I'm not suggesting that like my time is up, or until I am dead or not even breathing anymore, to give up and then just sit here and be like, Jesus, you have to come and get me because this is just so much, and you told me that you would never give me more than I can handle, and I don't even know what that's even supposed to mean. Is it supposed to mean me on my own things and actions on myself, or does that mean you putting things on me in particular, or does that suggest that if you pray or whatever and you are loyalist like that and you're not doing anything bad or wrong, do does that mean that God and angels are going to protect you from being bombarded with too heavy of stuff to handle and deal with? I think it does. So all I can say is trying to get to my point on what I'm saying there is I'm not gonna sit here and be all like, "Oh, Jesus, can you come and get me right now because I need to go into your space shuttle and right now, and I just can't deal with life and all of this stuff out here and things. I just need to get away and all of these different corrupt laws and things that are anti-Christian and anti-religion and go against my constitutional freedoms and my religious freedoms. They want to appease to Muslims and give them some kind of radical Islam terrorist freedom right to express themselves, but we as Christians or people who are Christians have absolutely no right to even speak or do anything like that. 2015 was such a joke. It was such a blasphemy of a year. I'll never forget that. I can have um some kind of brain disease where I'm just all you know, drooling, and I'll still remember what a piece of garbage 2015 was to me. It was the suckiest, most worst year that I've ever seen. Consequentially, absolutely the worst year I'd ever seen. You thought that September 11th, 2001 would have been the last year. Well, that might be the worst month aside from Pearl Harbor, and that happened in December. So just remember what they did. The Japanese attacked us around Christmas back then. That's what got us into World War II. So that month and September 11th were the worst months in our American history. But our American history now has a worst year, and it was, in fact, 2015. I hope people are protected and still don't be affected at all by all of the things that people will have to pay the consequences for taking so many steps that are Democrat Party agenda focused on instead of American bipartisan, not even political. You can hire me as a politician and I try my best to not be political about the things what I do. But I want to use common sense. I want to use my brain, and I actually want to work every day instead of going and playing golf. I'll give up personal things, my PlayStation 4, a lot of my entertainment, and I'll figure out exactly either a comfort zone like a library or something I can go chill out at. I'm saying if I were a politician, if I were the president, I would get up every day determined to eat like I do now still. I focus on brain food. So you eat whole grain a lot, so blueberries, and other foods that honestly help the brain. Now that I'm aware of, now that I'm aware of it, I did a little research on it. But I will wake up every day determined to do something positive for this damn country because I love it.